The Eagles, whatever they're doing with injury, it's way more than just luck at this point, man. I mean, their philosophy on handling this is clearly a good philosophy.
Remember when Doug
they
was
again
here?
look like a much healthier team than most. Now they have their problems. It's not to say they don't have their problems on injuries, but they got no big season-changing injuries like some of these other teams do.
It does feel like though Lane Johnson's been out a month, so they have missed him.
By the way, that Patriots loss yesterday, the Bills are going to come in looking to beat the Eagles. I mean, that's 2 weeks away. But that's going to be a big game for them to try and win.
The Eagles are going to have to score some points in that game, but they should be able to.
By the way, hearing those blowhards at halftime yesterday, this is why I try not to tweet anything regarding stuff like that during the game.
Let's bring Jeff Kerr in now here on Birds 365. He joins us on the show. You can follow him at Jeff Kerr PHL. Jeff, welcome to the program, man. How you doing this Monday morning?
Can't believe there were people actually worried about A, the Eagles losing this week, and B, them losing the division. It's so laughable.
I called it, Jeff. I called it.
Collecting the receipts, John.
Jeff, I like when you come in hot. I like when you come in with something to say, Jeff. Well done.
I just love how now it's the Raiders. I don't care. The Cowboys play them. The Giants play them. The Commanders play them. They're on the schedule. What are they supposed to do? Lose to them?
I agree.
Exactly.
You know what? To me, I'm going to call your fandom out. You're not a fan if you say it's the Raiders. I don't care. You're not a fan.
I'm not a fan, so I'll say it's the Raiders. But that's all you can do. That's what I said.
But they stink. We know that. We know they stink. Like if they lose this game, everybody has every reason to panic.
Jeff, your confidence seems to be riding high. Do you feel like this?
Jeff's got some joy and some confidence.
I see that. They have had some ups and downs this year, Jeff. They've had moments where they've looked great and looked like they're going back to the Super Bowl. They've had moments where they didn't look like they were a contender in the NFC. Yesterday was obviously a better moment versus a lesser team. But where is your confidence level on the team? I mean, NFC is light, Jeff Kerr. It's light, my friend.
Oh, yeah.
And it's better than the AFC, by the way.
I'm not impressed with the win in general, right? I just think they beat the team they're supposed to beat, just like I think they're going to beat the team they're supposed to beat on Saturday. But overall, do I think this team is as good as the Rams? I think it could. Well, I know they could beat the Rams because they don't lose to them. So, but yeah, you're right, Zander. All of a sudden, it kind of feels a little more wide open. I tweeted yesterday. I think they're going to end up being the 3 seed. They're going to need some help if they want to get the 2. I think 2 would be the ideal position for them right now. But when you're looking at the Bears, I mean, they got destroyed by the Bears on a short week. I kind of would want to see that matchup again.
But I'm going to guarantee a win over the Bears. Guarantee it.
Yeah. Okay. So what about the Rams, though?
No, not the Rams.
Yeah.
But the Rams are a better team, but to your point, the Eagles are kind of in their heads, I think, a little bit.
And the running back plays really well out in L.A. It doesn't matter.
I don't know why Johnny's guaranteeing a win over the Bears. The Bears
guaranteeing it right now if it comes to pass.
Ooh, baby. Why do you say that, though? That offensive line.
Because I know Vic Fangio, and I know what's going to happen in that game like it's unfolding right now. Chicago's going to say, well, we ran it down their throat. Let's go run it down their throat again. And I'm telling you, Vic is going to be ready for it, and he's going to be rolling out 6-man fronts, and they're going to be going, oh, shit, we got to toggle. We got to go. We got to put the game on Caleb Williams' arm, and ain't going to work.
Eagles have pretty good playoff history in Soldier Field, too. Everybody remembers the Fog Bowl, but I remember them. Go ahead.
Double doink, triple doink. Yeah, was that triple or double?
I also remember they had no chance against the Bears in 2001, and I was 13 years old and was calling the Bears frauds with Jim Miller at quarterback, and the Eagles just went in there and took.
Well, I'm with Nick on that. Nick always says, like, what the hell does that mean, A.J. Brown? 2001 Fog Bowl. I don't give a shit about that. I'm talking about the Philadelphia Eagles of 2025, and that'll be 2026, and the Chicago Bears matching up in the playoffs. I do not like the Bears' chances. I don't care if it's in Chicago or Mars or Jupiter. I do not like their chances to win that game.
What team scares you the most, though, in the playoff? I still say
Rams. The Rams are the best team.
I think Seattle beats the Rams on Thursday.
Well, that's possible. I mean, you know,
that doesn't mean I think Seattle's going to win the division. I'll just say that.
I think the Rams are the best, most well-rounded team in the NFL right now.
They're definitely the team that, I mean, I was impressed yesterday. You're down 10 to Detroit. It feels like Detroit's getting, and then all of a sudden, boom, they score like 20 points in 11 minutes.
Yeah, they're good. They can win a shootout like they had to win yesterday. They can win defensively if the game goes in a different direction. They've cleaned up their kicking issues at least a little bit. Stafford playing at an MVP level, although the Eagles seem to have his number. My one concern is Kyron Williams, a very good player, but he always puts the football on the ground.
That's why you give it to Blake Corum.
Blake Corum, they have a good second running back, but they're going to default to Kyron Williams. I love Puka Nacua. He's one of my favorite players. That dude's unbelievable.
I do too. Yeah,
and then all their tight ends, they've gone to playing all this 13 personnel. It's
Colby Parkinson can play.
They got a bunch of tight ends that can play.
Yeah. I felt bad for Devontae Adams yesterday, just going out on a fly route deep. And
well, that's the thing. If they lose him, where are they? The injuries alone, like I was very concerned with Green Bay. Now I'm not.
Yeah, because Micah's gone. Now they're back to the team that the Eagles beat in the playoffs last year.
Yeah. I mean, they're a good team.
Well, but you're right.
They're a good team, but I'm not nearly as concerned.
49ers are 10-4. I like them a lot more than other people do.
Yeah, I don't want it. Now, if Fred Warner was there and Nick Bosa, I'd probably have a different feeling, but they're a product of their schedule, is what I feel about it.
I mean, they are, but I'm giving them credit here. They are beating these teams.
I agree, Jeff. I'm more with you there, but I think we're.
Well, I think they play their
big threat in the NFC this year.
And I think they play their second best quarterback. I firmly believe that.
You're a Mac Jones guy too, huh, John?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I like Mac Jones too. I think he's going to get paid this offseason.
Ask Devontae Smith how he feels about Mac Jones.
He should get paid. I realize why they have to do it, but I think they'd be a better team with Mac Jones. I thought they'd be a better team with Sam Darnold.
They probably would have been a better team with Sam Darnold.
There's no question about that.
That Seattle Colts game yesterday, that was weird.
That was a weird game.
What is Philip Rivers?
It was cool to see Philip Rivers out there, though.
What is him coming off the couch after 5 years? What does that tell you about quarterback play?
The state of quarterback play that everybody wanted to ignore. Like, you literally brought a guy out. So in 2020, let's figure out what we're all doing in 2020 here. I'm working for CBS. We're getting screened going into the Eagles facility. John, you're probably where you're at, right?
Yeah, I don't. So it all runs together.
You only remember this show did not exist the last time Philip Rivers was playing NFL.
Wait, when did we start? We're
21 April
21.
April 20. Yeah, so it didn't exist. We've been on for a long time, but yeah, it didn't exist. That's how long Phillips. That's how long Philip Rivers has been out. And yeah, sure enough, he looks like he can play. It's just because he knows how to play the position. Yeah. And so few guys know how to freaking play the position. It's embarrassing.
I really think that's what Steichen and the Colts brass were thinking. Like, look, if he's even remotely interested, let's just get him in here just to see, because we got nothing.
Yeah, it looks bleak for them. They're now, 8-6?
Yeah, their season's over.
Yeah,
what a typical, poor Shane. I love that dude. But that's injuries in the NFL. I mean,
and
it cripples you.
Give credit to Jaguars. They leapfrog them too.
Jags are playing well.
Yeah, they are.
Texans are the hot team right now. They won 6 in a row. It's Texans Jaguars going to be a fun battle for that division.
Yeah, the Texans are good too. Yeah,
the Eagles, whatever they're doing with injury, it's way more than just luck at this point, man. I mean, their philosophy on handling this is clearly a good philosophy. They again look like a much healthier team than most. Now they have their problems. It's not to say they don't have their problems on injuries, but they got no big season-changing injuries like some of these other teams do.
It does feel like, though, Lane Johnson's been out a month, so they have missed him.
By the way, that Patriots loss yesterday, the Bills are going to come in looking to beat the Eagles. I mean, that's 2 weeks away, but that's going to be a big game for them to try and win.
The Eagles are going to have to score some points in that game, but they should be able to.
By the way, hearing those blowhards at halftime yesterday, this is why I try not to tweet anything regarding stuff like that during the game. Oh, the Bills run us over. Oh, Will Compton and Big Mouth busting with the boys. Oh, look at this beatdown. Yeah, I saw the beatdown, Will.
Well, that's part of the gig, man. You say one thing.
That's why I hate the gig. I hate it. And these guys are on TV acting like jerks all the time. Well, guess what, dude? I'm tired of the act. Act like an actual professional for once.
Well, that's why I talk about Dan Orlovsky a lot, because I love Dan from the perspective of his knowledge of the game. And then he's got to do the bullshit grifting. They're the worst offense in the history of the world. And then 2 weeks later, I love the concepts. What the fuck?
Well, my favorite is the Raiders are the worst team in football. Yeah, that probably is true. But guess what? If you watch the Giants play, if you watch the Titans play, there's some bad teams.
Jeff, how much did Jalen Hurts correct the narrative for you yesterday? He was on a little skid there. I think even his biggest fans.
No, he was. Yeah,
he was on a 5-game skid, really a 3-game major skid. He answered yesterday, only 12 of 15, but that's all he had to do. What'd you make of Jalen Hurts' performance yesterday versus the Raiders?
I mean, he did what I thought he was going to do. He corrected what he needed to correct. I didn't think he was going to have a game like he did against the Chargers, or really in any of those games he had the past 5 weeks. I just felt he was going to come in here against a bad defense, take care of the football, be efficient with the football, and the Eagles were going to help him out as much as they could. They decided to give, everybody ate yesterday, which is what I kind of liked about. This was the perfect get-right game for him. I need to see more to say he's out of the funk. That's more than fair. But the whole – and I logged on when you guys were talking about the whole getting benched thing. I'm like, that was the most ridiculous thing I've heard the entire week.
It's
the entire week.
Absurd.
I am insulted as a football fan. As a fan of the game. I am so freaking insulted. This is – beyond ridiculous. This is the same fan base and the same station that called for Nate Sudfeld.
Let Jeff go. He's taking the heat off me. Let him go.
Yeah, look, I will never let Eagles fans off the hook for saying Nick Foles should be benched for Nate Sudfeld. And it's been like this for 60 years. Since Norm Snead was quarterback of this team. Everybody wanted this guy benched for Norm Snead. Well, Norm Snead sucked too. They all sucked. Backup quarterbacks are Kenny Pickett. They're Kenny Pickett. That's what you saw yesterday. And it's the Raiders. It's the Raiders. I don't care. He could have sucked yesterday against the Raiders. He wasn't going to lose his job. He was the Super Bowl MVP for a reason. He's the only Eagles quarterback ever to have a 100 passer rating twice, by the way, in a season. So I just don't understand. Why does it when everybody has a bad game or two, you got to bench them? Jordan Mailata sucked most of the year. Should we bench him? Come on.
Well, I hear you, Jeff. I think there are a lot of fans out there that want an offense that's better than the 25th overall. That's all. And I think that's where the quarterback heat comes from. Whether it's right or wrong. I'm not saying whether it's right or wrong. But
just
that's
saying,
where
learn the history of your football team. I'm going to tell you this. Ty Detmer was better than Ronnie Pete. Bobby Hoying was better than Ty Detmer. Rodney Pete was better than both of them. Coy Detmer was better than all of them. You know what they all have in common? They all sucked. Eagles had 7 different starting quarterbacks in a 7-year stretch.
Leave Jalen Hurts out of it for a second. Do you think Tanner McKee sucks?
I don't know if he sucks, but he's not better than Jalen.
Well, you're talking like he sucks.
He's a backup quarterback for a reason, right?
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
I mean, he may succeed somewhere else. I like Tanner McKee. I actually love Tanner McKee. I'm one of Tanner McKee's biggest fans. But guess what? That is an insult to the starting quarterback of your football team to say he should be benched for him. It was an insult.
That's why he rolled out the Yankees cap. I'm
glad he did.
I think that's true. I think he said, fuck these guys. I'm going to rock a Yankees lid today. They're all going to lose their minds.
Allen Iverson once wore a Celtics jersey to a press conference. I don't get too offended by it. that stuff.
Yeah, no, I don't either.
I mean, I would probably shook Jalen's hand yesterday if I saw him. Be like,
it's mainly a fashion decision, but I do think that it's very calculated. But there's no doubt he was pissed off about that talk about that, which is silly and ridiculous, and that's the word Nick used, and it was. I mean, everybody has bad games. Go through. Tom Brady had bad games. Joe Montana had bad games. Patrick Mahomes has bad games. Everybody has bad games. If you play in this league, you're going to have bad games.
Tom Brady once had 5 turnovers in a game. It was 2003, week 1. There were no calls for him to be benched.
I don't know. Probably in Boston there were.
Oh, WEEIs, they're like WIP.
I mean, I don't think Philadelphia's unique in that aspect, but I do think, if you're going to bellyache about continuity, it's so amusing to me. Well, he doesn't have continuity. He's got a different. So half of the time when things are going well, all the excuses start. And then when things are going poorly, you want to pull the plug so quickly. And it's like, what do you think continuity is? You're trying to get to a point where, you're developing that consistency and you got to get through some hiccups along the way. But this guy's resume is so proven at this point. Why are you even talking about a guy with...
I think that's why I was so upset, because this guy has done everything you've asked him to do. He's won a Super Bowl. He's played well in the playoffs. He wins. He's won nearly 70% of his games. Like, what more do you want? Yeah, I'm telling you, people were spoiled by that run from the end of last year to this year, where they won 24 or 26.
There's no doubt.
Some of that is, I mean, remember, people like you and John, and rightfully so, did remind the fans that the way they won last year is a small margin for error. It's different than almost the way every team wins in the modern NFL. And if you lose the running game, the questions will be there of, will the Eagles be able to throw their way to a victory like you see some other teams do? Now, you could argue whether that's the right way to win football games anyway. I agree with that. But that's where it comes. And they can't run the ball this year. And they were on a 5-game skid with the quarterback. That's where it comes from. I don't think it's as crazy as you made it out to be honest with you.
Oh, it's crazy. But that's definitely where the two things can be right. That's definitely where it comes from, but it's also crazy. I mean,
exactly. Yeah, exactly. Like Zander, like I thought we had a healthy discussion, all 3 of us on Monday. Like,
yeah, we did.
We all knew he was playing bad. There were no calls from any of us here. Oh, they should bench him or they should consider something. No, we admitted he was playing bad. Let's see how he does Sunday. We'll go from there.
Did he answer? So he answered the call for you, though.
I think he answered the call. I need to see more. I need to see more. I'm not going to change everything on one game, but if you look at the total body of work since he became the starting quarterback of this team, it's just silly to say he should be benched.
Yes. Yeah.
It was silly to say Nick Foles should have been benched for Nate Sudfeld going to a playoff game too, by the way. That was the most.
Now we got well. The other thing I'll remind you of, Jeff, is you took a grandiose shot at backup quarterbacks. Jalen Hurts is a backup quarterback. He was drafted to be a backup quarterback, and he's turned into this. So I can't make the whole big grandiose.
I knew you were going to go there at some point.
Our Ty Detmer and all the bullshit like that.
But he was a rookie as a backup quarterback. There's a difference. I mean, we can say a lot of these guys. Tom Brady was a backup by that.
Right. Well, that's another thing to go through the hurdles. You're right. The Eagles drafted him to be a cost-effective backup, eventually spin him off. And, the goal at the time, which Carson, didn't take the right way, was, again, at the time, backup quarterbacks were getting expensive, veteran backup quarterbacks. So Howie was trying to, sort of recalibrate that so he could build the roster a little bit more efficiently. And one of my pet peeves is the complete revisionist history after 2021, where Jalen, surprisingly, and the Eagles surprisingly made the playoffs and got, bounced significantly in Tampa. But overall, that was a great season after they started 2-5. And he started to show that, hey, he could be a starting quarterback in this league. They were still looking for an upgrade.
Yeah, they were.
And
I
people
remember
get
Gardner
pissed.
Minshew went
People-
into Nick Sirianni's office and said, "What can I do to get the starting?"
Well,
job?"
Nick laughed at Gardner Minshew. I'm talking
yeah.
about they wanted Deshaun Watson. They wanted Russell Wilson. They were trying, not me. Your team, your favorite team.
Yeah.
They were trying to get an upgrade.
They did not believe in him.
No.
It's true. They didn't believe in them. And
Now, to be fair, the idea and to them, they wanted a home run. If they couldn't get a home run, they were fine. They said he showed enough, and we'll start building around him. Ironically, now people laugh at that. Now, at the time, everybody was after Deshaun Watson, despite all the injuries. That guy was regarded as one of the most talented quarterbacks in football.
There were at least
not the injuries, the issues is what I meant to say, which we all know the issues.
Well, he was injured too, so both. both.
And then Russell Wilson, for many years, this team had an obsession with Russell Wilson, and they're lucky that neither would consider Philadelphia for whatever reason. And by the way, in Deshaun's case, it had a lot to do with his relationship with Jalen Hurts, and to be two African-American quarterbacks, and he didn't want to take Jalen Hurts' opportunity away because he had 18 opportunities to go somewhere else. Now, if Philadelphia was his only opportunity, he probably would have taken it. But he wouldn't even listen to the Eagles because it was Jalen's job, and those two were close. For Russell, he didn't want to play here for whatever reason. You know,
I don't think Russell Wilson would have done well in Philadelphia.
No,
I don't think he would have.
By the way, I got a lot of shit for that Kellen Moore shit last week.
Oh yeah, I heard that, John.
The baby years. I can't believe.
You got a lot of shit for saying Kellen Moore was happy to leave on Friday. You said that.
Yeah, a lot of shit.
You're not wrong.
No, and by the way, nobody listens. I get it. That's part of the gig. Well, he won a Super Bowl. Yeah, it was a great accomplishment for him and the organization, and he's thrilled with that accomplishment. He wasn't thrilled with the environment around here, is what I said.
You could see it. He was uncomfortable. He was visibly uncomfortable. And
that's okay, right?
Who gives a shit?
It's a pressure cooker. I love that about Philly. You know, either survive or you're out of here.
Yeah, honestly, it's a mentality, and I think that's why there are so many people that succeed.
I think that's what makes Jason Kelce. It's what makes Brandon Graham. You'll hear Kelce say, yeah, it's really fucking difficult. But if you just embrace and try to do it, it could be the greatest thing in your life.
I was really upset last week when the Phillies re-signed Kyle Schwarber, because people didn't want him back. And I said, dude, this guy is the epitome of a Philadelphia athlete. He loves it here. He loves your team. He loves the city. He loves you, the fans. Like, what are you doing? Why don't you want him here? Oh, he's this, and he only does this, and he really isn't good in the playoffs. I'm like, well, if you watch baseball based on 1 week, that's a you problem. Kyle Schwarber's awesome.
He is awesome.
Exactly. And I think a lot of people
right now,
lean your way, Zander.
This Phillies team, if they don't get it done, they're going to age like milk.
Oh, yeah.
They got a lot of big old contracts on a lot of older players, man.
I'm telling people, and I feel bad for these three guys because they are really good players, but they're putting a lot of pressure on Justin Crawford, Hayden Miller, and Andrew Painter.
Yeah, they are.
And Otto Kemp, for that matter. Otto Kemp's a good player. He just had a broken kneecap last year, and he's playing through it. That's the epitome of a Philly athlete.
The small market Dodgers are going to get everybody in the last year before.
Yeah, they're going to get Kyle Tucker. They're going to get Kyle Tucker next.
Yeah, exactly. So you can go through the 162 games if you want to. It ain't going to end well.
The Blue Jays are close. They had them.
They did have them.
But
aren't the Eagles hiring Don Mattingly?
The Phillies. Yeah, they're gonna hire him. He's gonna be the new bench coach.
I love Don Mattingly, Yankees guy. Bad luck charm. Don't do it.
He is a bad luck charm. I almost want to joke with Rob next time I see him. I know he's your buddy, Rob, but
My God, the Blue Jays had the whole thing won. Then they showed Don Mattingly.
Hey, then they showed Don Mattingly, and boom.
Boom. It's over.
What's the Yankee thing, John? He started with the Yankees in 79 and left in 95, right?
Yeah, something like that. He's never won. He's never won anywhere. Yeah, he's been a manager, coach for a very long time. He's never won one. He's never got to one. Finally got to one.
He's got the best nickname in the world, though, Donnie Baseball.
Donnie Baseball, yeah. Hell of a player.
Yeah.
He's not really a bad luck charm. I don't believe in that, but I just like the needle.
It is funny, though.
Yeah.
And trust me, guys, Phillies aren't running it back.
And if that's the case, Green Bay's still alive because Darian Kennard is still on Green Bay. So
he is. And he's never lost Super. Hey, Chiefs get rid of Darian Kennard, they lose Super Bowls.
Yeah. Yeah. Eagles should have kept him.
That's it. That sucks that Mahomes tore his ACL.
That
for the
does.
NFL,
It does.
For the NFL. I mean, he's just a great guy to have. I mean, he's better for the league for sure. So.
I can't stand people who applaud injuries. I think it's the worst thing in the world.
No, it's brutal.
It sucks. Like and look, I've interviewed Patrick Mahomes a bunch of my life. Like it sucks. I was not happy when that happened for him.
Yeah.
Like
I mean, when he went down, I don't know if they were going to win that game anyway. They had a chance. I mean, I don't know why.
Yeah, they had to. They really didn't have a chance once Gardner came in.
Gardner Minshew, dude, you're like 8 yards away from field goal range, probably already close to field goal range with Harrison Butker. What are you throwing a hospital ball into double coverage for? What are you doing?
Xander, I was in my fields.
What are you
Xander,
doing?
I was in my fields yesterday and almost did it. I'm like, by the way, if you're watching this Chiefs game, some Eagles fans actually wanted this guy benched for Gardner Minshew at one point.
Man, I don't know what the hell he was doing there, though. Man, they had.
I still laugh. I wrote an article about that game. I covered that game with Jets with John, and I was laughing. I still laugh to this day because I wrote an article. Maybe they should give Minshew another start just to make sure Jalen's healthy. And like I got blasted, and I said I'm going to get blasted for this, and I should get blasted for it because it's Jalen's. And I even said it's Jalen's team, but the fact that I actually thought
that brings up an interesting question. Because Jalen hurt his ankle.
It was bad too.
At the end of the third quarter, he spent the entire in between the third and the fourth quarter trying to get it loose, and then he threw the touchdown pass and he left because it was a route, or was it because it was a route, or because his ankle was bothering?
I didn't see anybody ask him about the ankle yesterday.
Yeah, he got asked. He just said. You got to persevere. He wasn't giving out information.
No, he wasn't giving out anything yesterday. No. I kind of enjoyed it personally.
Of course you did, Jeff. But, Jeff loved Jalen coming in and saying, you guys, you called for my bench. You guys are going to suffer now.
Xander, that's the coach of me.
Yeah, and nobody in that room called for him to be benched.
Yeah. I mean, the fact that Nick said it was ridiculous just made my week.
Well, it's good that Jalen all he has to do is play consistent, and the calls will never come. I mean, that's the part of it I don't like is that people act like it's all, some of it is self-inflicted. I mean,
but here's the thing.
Football. So
if he's got a low ankle sprain, he's got to miss a week or two, especially in a short week. He's got to miss just 1 week. And Tanner goes out there and plays well against a bad football team. What percolates from that?
Yeah, I don't think anything.
Really?
I really don't.
It shouldn't, but I know where John's going.
Quite a bit does.
Do you really? Even after,
yeah.
I mean.
Xander, I am hearing already. Look how Tanner looked yesterday.
Yep, I got those yesterday.
Yeah, but
passes.
Is that the majority or is that a fringe group? I mean, look, we have a lot of them here. We have a lot of people
there's a lot of them. I'm telling you, Xander, they're like bees in a hive, man. They're just flying around solo, but as soon as you get to that hive, boom.
You guys get why. It's the style that Hurts plays. People aren't sold consistently the way to play in the NFL. Again, even if Jalen is super successful, the style. I mean, John, we talked about this how many times last year? Even when Jalen last year was dominating, and they were winning as much as they were, people don't like the style. Players on his own team don't like the style. We had somebody on the post-game show, the O-line guru. He used to play O-line. He's coaching O-line at the youth level. I think he's in here now, Caleb Brown. I don't know if he's in here right now, but And he's like, this is one of the biggest things with Hurts is that even when he wins and looks good, people don't like this style of football, of offense. And that will never go away, I don't think, as successful as he is.
You know what I like? Winning football games. That's what I like.
That. I get that.
You got to make you got to have a come to Jesus.
Hey, if you want to look sexy like Joe Burrow and lose every freaking week, be my guest.
Well, maybe there is other variables there. He's on the Bengals, but I got you.
But hey, he throws for 400 and he does this, and okay, he loses.
Yeah, football
loses a lot.
I mean, football.
And he's a part of those losses, by the way.
Well, I hear you. James says doesn't matter. All that matters is win. I agree. I'm just telling you where I think some of it comes from.
That's what I said. I don't know. No, that's where I agree with you with what you're saying. It's people just don't like that. Well, I guess people don't like winning. Yeah,
you have to make as a fan, you have to make a decision. What is more, Mike Gill talked about his buddy who admits it. Like, you know what? I just want to be entertained. I want to see an entertaining game. If you want that, that's fine. Just be honest with yourself.
Yeah, right.
Sixers played an entertaining game last night. I'm pissed off. They still lost.
I didn't catch the Sixers last
night. Paul George looked like MVP Paul George again, and they still lost.
Yeah. Well, they have no Maxey right now, so it's always something with that team. It's always something. One guy's in, one guy's out, one guy. Like, what?
There was a very questionable backcourt violation that if I was on a coaching bench, I would have lost it because there was a backcourt violation late in that game. They wouldn't have won, but it was very questionable.
They're an average team. And part of it,
there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, they were never supposed to be the contenders this year. I mean, I never.
Well, it pisses me off from the standpoint of you're held hostage by this goofball who shows up and hey, I'm good. Let's play, and then I'll be out.
Play now. I'm not going to play here. It's like it's weird.
Speaking of losing attitudes, he has one.
Oh yeah. Embiid is a royal loser. I mean,
I like the guy too.
I used to fight with my dad. My dad back in the day, when they were going through the early process era, I'm like, they got Ben, they got Joel, they're gonna come. My dad's like, you're an idiot. You're an idiot. Like, the Celtics didn't do. They're already back in the playoffs after this is before they got Tatum and all that. They're already back in the play. They didn't have to go through an 8-year process, all this bullshit.
I will never forgive this franchise for letting the Celtics bait them into taking Markelle Fultz. I'll never forgive them because I would have said, guess what? I'm going to take your guy, and you're going to have to trade for him.
I know, but Markelle Fultz was no slouch in college. I mean,
no, he wasn't. But I was trying to, and I liked Markelle Fultz, but I'm like, they want Jason Tatum. Just take him.
I know.
Just take him. Well, they know something.
They got duped.
I don't trust it. I'm telling you, I don't trust the Celtics. I don't trust the Lakers. I know they know what they're doing. I know the NBA tries to do whatever they can to make sure those two are in the.
Well, there's one of my things is because it is intangible. So, you had a whole group of process people, and what an amusing group. But they've gone underground now. But what a bunch of weirdos. But from the standpoint, you would talk about things like culture, and there's a lot of 4 for 4 fans. Should be 5 for 5 in Philly because you should include the Union. But
I agree with that. By the way, the Union had a hell of a year.
Oh,
they did, but they lost.
The Union guys.
But anyway, I'm just saying
we're not including the Union guys.
Not to include the Union, but I'm saying all the 4 for like with the Eagles, they'll puff out their chest and talk about the culture and what this has done, and then with the Sixers, shit like that doesn't matter because they're indoctrinated with another belief. Shit like that matters, man. You can't be losers for that long and say, all right, time to flick the switch. And you got the whole mentality of guys don't want to come here. Why do you think you have to do these things in the show? Well, this guy doesn't want to come. Even last year, Ace freaking Bailey didn't want to come here.
I didn't want him either, so I'm glad he didn't want to come here.
Not the point. I agree. They picked the right kid, but you have this, but you're Cincinnati, basically, in the world of basketball. and it was one of the great NBA organizations ever for a very long time, and one of the most high profile. And that's the kind of shit when you do that and you turn your culture upside down. You just say, all right. And since the day that guy's gotten here, he's held this organization hostage, man. Not to say he hasn't played at high levels. He's played at very high levels.
He's going to the Hall of Fame. It is what it is.
Not talking about any of his talent.
Who's going to the Hall of Fame?
Joel is. Joel's going to the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, he will. Because he's so gifted.
No,
but he's not.
No.
Paul George is going to the Hall of Fame.
Dude, they cannot put that stiff in the Hall of Fame. Please.
He won MVP. Every MVP
he's done.
In the basketball.
He's from just a pure skill standpoint.
You guys probably are right, but I just play that.
I'm telling you, Zan, Paul George, you're going to see in the Basketball Hall of Fame.
Well, Paul George deserves it, but
yeah, he's a great player.
He had a very long career before he got here.
Joel Embiid.
I'm still a big Paul George fan. Like, I was happy to see him have that 35.
Yeah, I don't have a problem. He's just breaking down late in his career.
He is. And I know he's trying. Like, I talked to people that cover the Sixers. Like, they said, dude, that guy's working his butt off. So,
but, if culture matters in one, it probably matters in another pro sport. Come on, guys. That's all I'm trying to say.
Yeah, and that's why I was always like, to use what the kids term mid on the process. Like, I understood it. I think you do need to suck to kind of get better, but not suck for as long as they did.
Yeah, you can do it a different way. I've learned that.
Yeah, they're all. And you know what? By the way, I'm still kind of upset the Thunder kind of did the same thing, but I think they changed a little bit of what they did during their quote unquote process.
Yeah, well, nobody did it as long as the Sixers.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Sam Presti's love for it. And
I'm looking forward to the new era of Sixers basketball with Maxey and hopefully Edgecombe keeps developing. I'm looking forward to that. I'm ready to move on from
Nick Nurse got to play Jared McCain more, by the way, but he don't like his defense.
Yeah, well,
I don't think anybody like. Where's he going to play him? They don't play.
Well, that's the issue. They can't
even get Edgecombe involved when Maxey's on the floor and
it's hard to take Quentin Grimes off the floor because he shoots well. So
yeah, there's no spot for McCain right now.
Sure. Yeah, there might be in the future. Again, he's only 20 years old. So.
I mean, don't they want McCain to be the ball dominant guard? Don't they want? Isn't that what they kind of want?
Yeah, they do. Honestly, once they finally find a way to move on from Quentin Grimes, I think that's going to be the.
I'm not a Quentin Grimes guy. I'm not.
I'm not either, but I like what he brings to this team.
Sometimes though, he's like, dude, he's trying to create a shot off the dribble all the time. I'm like, dude, sometimes you just got to know your role and move the ball a little bit. I don't know.
By the way, LeBron made a fool out of him last Sunday night.
Well, he's been doing that for a long time, but it is amusing when 40.
It is amusing. Like, I'm telling you, there is no fan like a LeBron fan. They are one of a kind. Can your GOAT do that? Yeah, my GOAT did do that. My other GOAT did that too.
Who's your GOAT, Jeff?
Well, it's Michael. But
is it? Are you Michael?
But I love Kobe.
John, you said you're a LeBron as the GOAT guy, aren't you?
I've explained that different things. Yeah, I always think it always comes down to definitions. But what I said is LeBron James is the most well-rounded NBA player of all time. Not even close. I mean, I think he plays 5 different positions. He's a great offensive player, defensive player, does everything phenomenal. But Jordan is the closer, and people want the closer. He was not the closer that Michael Jordan was. So
yeah, I don't think he was the closer Kobe was. I think but again, that's not a slight on him. It's not a slight on LeBron.
Yeah,
but it depends what you're looking for.
Yeah, I mean, look, there are people that old enough they'll say Wilt's the GOAT.
Yeah, and they should. Wilt's got a strong argument because nobody dominated like Wilt. They when they have to change rules for you.
Yeah.
That's when
they might have to change rules for Jalen too.
I tell you what, though, when LeBron was in that peak where he went to the finals for, I don't know, 8 or 10 years.
It felt like 10 straight years.
I mean, that was an impressive.
But he lost to the finals. He lost to the finals.
He got to the finals.
He lost to the finals too much.
John, I agree with you. You can't knock him too much for that. But don't you wish, like, as an NBA fan, that he won a little bit more of them? I mean, he was 4 for 10 in the finals. 4
and 6. He is.
Of course, you want to win them all. You want to be Bill Russell, but
I went to 10 of them.
Yeah, pretty low though.
Zander, take a step back and listen to that comment.
No, I know. Going to
4 and 6 is pretty low. He's in 10 NBA fucking finals.
I know.
He's in 10 NBA finals.
The problem is, John, is that it gets compared to the other goats, and Jordan, 6-0. That's a stark contrast.
You know what bothers me about the LeBron?
But what is the difference between losing in the semifinals and Michael played 15 years, whatever. Okay, when he got to the finals, he won the finals. And you can pick apart. Well, if he doesn't shove Byron Russell into the second row, maybe he doesn't win one.
Yeah.
They still had another game, but yeah.
No, I know, but I'm just saying it's all. What about the other years when he didn't make the finals?
Yeah, I get that.
I think
the biggest moment, John, sometimes it can be a blessing and a curse. He came up short in the Mavs series, and people hold that against him. There was moments where LeBron came up short on the biggest stage, and I agree with you. Getting there is impressive, but sometimes it can, it can hurt you even more because the stage is so big.
I think the whole LeBron Jordan history, we're going to go into this now. So how many times really were the Bulls favored? I don't think they were favored against the Lakers the first one. I don't think they were favored against the Jazz the last dance year. I don't even know if they were favored against the Jazz because that Jazz team was legit good. Like, they probably should have had two. Like, LeBron, there were a lot of Cavs teams where they weren't the quote-unquote favorite, but I think a lot of people get on LeBron for the decision than the Heat years, Xander.
I never care. I don't that to me never bothered me. I mean,
you know what bothers me about the decision? It's just, and again, I think LeBron's getting bad advice from the wrong people. Just the way that.
Well, I guess it was the spectacle of it that people hated. I mean, it was kind of earlier now.
I'm not a Rich Paul fan.
It feels like, though, everybody moves teams, so it's a little bit more commonplace today. I mean, I guess it was a little bit more rare when you had a player of that.
But Boston did it. Boston did it before he did. So.
Yeah, that's fair.
All
right, Jeff, let's get back to football before people lose their minds in the chat.
LeBron also won an NBA Cup, which is all important.
Oh, yeah.
Michael Jordan never won that.
What is up with these stupid the floors?
The Emirates Cup.
Floor. What the hell am I looking at?
Cup.
Did you guys even know the NBA Cup semis were this weekend?
I do, because I have a good friend who's a Knicks fan, and he's trying to convince himself that it matters, and I just chuckle at him.
Knicks fans try to convince themselves every minor thing matters. That's the most annoying thing.
It's so freaking hilarious to me. Nobody cares. Nobody pays attention.
I've only told one fan to shut up during a game of my life, and it was a Knicks fan, because I have season tickets to the Sixers.
I don't know why I don't believe you, Jeff, that you've only told
No. But here's the story. So game 6, Sixers are playing the Knicks first round a couple years ago. I know the Sixers are going to lose. It's the first quarter I know they're going to lose, right? I'm just there with my buddy, just trying to have a good time last game. And, of course, these annoying Knicks fans are sitting next to me. And I had to hear this asinine comment about Isaiah Hartenstein and Joel Embiid, and I just told the guy respectfully, shut up. Just shut up.
By the way,
I'm rooting for my team. I'm like, no, you're not. You're not rooting for your team. Just shut up, sit down, and watch the game. I know the security guard. I will get him to get you out of here. If he would have believed any story, I would have told him. So... And he shut up the rest of the game. It was like 7 minutes left in the first quarter. I can't stand Knicks fans. They're annoying.
Isaiah Hartenstein's the reason the Oklahoma City Thunder have won and continue to win.
He's a good player.
What a role
player.
But
don't tell me he's better than this guy and this guy.
I'm joking. I tell my buddy, the Knicks fan, they're screwed because they lost Hartenstein, and then he won a title with which was just pure luck. But
Yeah,
I enjoyed it
later
so
in that
much.
day, I actually proceeded to tell this guy, I'm probably a bigger Knicks fan than you are because I grew up watching Mikal Bridges and I grew up watching Jalen Brunson. I love these guys. Like, but I digress.
Yeah, we better get back to the Eagles before the people lose their mind.
What's that old guy in Philly used to say? That?
Monday morning after they beat the Raiders, this is what we're talking about.
2 hours and 31 minutes.
They have a
By the way,
game.
I have to thank the Eagles. 2 hours and 31 minutes. I think that is the shortest football game I've ever been to.
Somebody pulled
is the second shortest game since they started recording these.
Unbelievable. That was the one good part. I looked up and I said, "Oh shit, I better write this."
Oh, I was great because I could watch other games instead of the trash I was watching.
That was great. It was like watching a no-hitter almost. You just weave through the lineup, go through. The rare.
Can we talk about how good that defense was yesterday?
Well, how good were they? Or to the Raiders offense who came in basically
it's both. It's both.
In every statistical category. Was it them or was it the Eagles defense? I don't know.
I think it was both. I thought the Eagles defense played great last week too. They just turned the ball. The offense has turned the ball over 5 times. I mean, look, they did what they were supposed to do. But I didn't think they were going to hold them to 75 yards. I thought the Raiders would, I don't know, score a point. get inside the 30. They didn't do that yesterday either.
Yeah, that's
true. Boy,
they
I'll tell you what, they are a perfect example of why you do not draft a running back at the top of the draft if you stink. Now, you can take the running back if you're good.
I might be wrong on him, and I will eat my crow if I am. He doesn't. Even if they were good, he doesn't to me look like the other running backs.
I don't think he's a Saquon.
He doesn't look like Bijan Robinson. He doesn't look like Jahmyr Gibbs. He doesn't look like some of these other backs who have gone at the top of the draft. Now, I get it. It's a tough situation. The bad offensive line, awful. Everything around him sucks. Yeah. To me, he doesn't look like that type of difference maker.
Yeah, I never thought he was like you said, Zander. I think that's a good analogy. Like, he doesn't remind you of the Bijan or the Jahmyr Gibbs or the Saquon when they were drafted high, or Christian McCaffrey, right? There's and he's a good player. I don't see that game changer in him. I don't see he was worth being the 6th overall pick. If I'm correct, second offensive player taken in the draft?
I'd have to look at it. But,
I think Will Campbell might have been taken ahead of him.
Yeah, he was there.
I think he was the 3rd.
Yeah, Will Campbell was like 4th, I think.
Will Campbell's having a hell of a year.
I know. He's out, though, right? He's out for a little while.
Yeah.
He's got short arms, Will Campbell.
Yeah, that's what I heard. He had short arms.
That was the knock on Will Campbell. He's got short arms. Yeah.
You know what the knock on Cam Ward is?
Well, we're going to get back into that talk too soon. He's got short arms. He's got small hands. Oh,
well, look at Kenny Pickett. I've been saying you need a glove to throw, and you're in the NFL. I'm sorry, it ain't gonna work.
Yeah, he's a backup for a reason, guys.
Quarterback, first
Ted
round.
McMillan can't run. He's doing well.
Yeah, he's pretty good.
I think quarterbacks in hand might be one that actually matters.
Tyler Booker. Tyler Booker was a terrible athlete. He's one of the better rookies.
You know who isn't bad? But again, he was knocked on because of his age. Our boy, Tyler Shuck.
Winning games. Yeah. How about that loss for Carolina?
I think Kellen Moore is doing a nice job with that team.
The NFC South sucks.
I know, but they're playing with.
Saints have won 3 or 4. They're turning the culture.
The thing I give Kellen credit for is it's hard to get a locker room, in my opinion, of grown professionals when you're at that record to keep fighting, and I think they're fighting pretty hard. I think they won.
And they knew they were going to be bad this year. This wasn't.
Who'd they beat? The Bucs and the Panthers back to back.
They beat the Bucs and the Panthers back to back, and they swept the Panthers this year.
How did they lose that game after the freaking Bucs lose to
the Falcons? Man, that division's terrible.
No, you weren't going to say could the Falcons come back and win it, were you?
They got Kirk Cousins now. They might. No, I don't know.
Yeah, they got their $180 million.
Well, how many wins did the Falcons have? I thought they were down to 4 wins.
Yeah, I don't think they're in it.
They'd have to.
Falcons are eliminated.
They're eliminated. Yeah.
Okay, they're eliminated. All right, that's what I thought.
By the
that
way,
NFC
guys.
South, it's like who can be who can be less bad than the other one? I don't know what the hell happened.
So do I bring out my tweet if the Eagles win Saturday about the Cowboys? Do I do my annual tweet?
Well, the
What's your
Cowboys.
annual tweet?
I put things that were relevant when the Cowboys last made an NFC
You're gonna
Championship
have to
game
do
on
it.
January 25th, 1996.
I think you're gonna have to do it, Jeff.
I always do it. It's like who was the sports champion of this league? Who had the #1 song? This is before we were dancing the Macarena and doing all that stuff.
Yeah. I don't know if you guys know Philly 500. I got to give Philly 500 some love, though. He sent me on December 1st. He sends me the picture of the Cowboys choke. He says, "It's December, Zander. Happy December, brother." And he sends me the here it is. The official soft drink of the Cowboys.
I've
choke.
seen that one. Yeah.
So it's December. They choke every December. Well, he was right. They choked.
I always joke with my buddy, go get your VCR player out.
Wait, do you guys think, John, did JJ McCarthy make you shift at all with his
No.
No,
he's terrible, guys.
They protect that kid. They've done a better job over the past couple of weeks protecting him, but
Cowboys should be embarrassed they let that guy just
he is such a mechanical disaster. I've never seen anything like it.
Did you guys see he did the celebration going into the end zone?
Yeah,
last
he did.
night?
They tried to do the gritty going into the end zone.
I guess that's what it was. I don't know. He's not good enough to do that.
No, that's one of the worst personnel decisions. I mean, they have Sam Darnold. They're in the play. They're fighting for the #1 seed. I firmly believe that. One decision.
You know what I believe? I believe the Cowboys are the NFC East champions if they have Micah Parsons on their team, but they don't.
Perhaps, yeah.
I think he makes that much of a difference. It wouldn't matter now because the guy tore his ACL.
Bad personnel decisions have consequences, and sometimes
that
they
sucks
make
that Micah
lose.
Parsons tore his ACL.
Yeah, I really do believe the Cowboys have 9-10 wins right now if they have Micah.
I don't know because I always think when your defense is not good, the first thing to fix is the interior of the D-line. Now, I might not be right about that. I'm not professing to be the football.
And to their credit, Zander, they did get Quinn and
Williams.
Right.
And I'm not saying, again, they traded away a great player, but they did use the trade to get better on the interior. And
how's that helping them? They're giving up 36 points to JJ McCarthy.
When they won 3 straight after the trade, it looked like it was helping them. Now it doesn't.
Yeah.
How many points did they score last night? 34.
34.
I gave them too much.
Was it 34? I thought they scored 20.
No, Minnesota I was talking about.
Minnesota. Yeah, it was 34-26 was the final. Yeah.
I mean, my God, that offense was in the dumpster. Yeah. I mean, they have good players.
Hey, what, Eagles fans? I might be coming around to you on this. When I said the Giants was their worst loss of the season, and a lot of you told me I'm wrong. I said Cowboys. I said, hey man, to each your own. But
everybody got fearful. I said pretty consistently, there's no way that team is going to be consistent.
No, they're not, because they'll find a way to lose
4
a
or
game.
5 wins straight. No way. Yeah.
Yeah.
With that defense, and
Tony Romo tried to convince himself they were going to win out.
Yeah,
they shit the bed against last week. Detroit.
The Lions.
Yeah, Detroit. I mean, they shit the bed defensively back-to-back weeks. I mean, their defense
is Detroit. Are they gonna be bounced, or do they still?
Yeah, they're gonna
lose. They're gonna miss it.
Yeah, they got a very difficult road.
They had to win yesterday. They had to.
Yeah. They had not a good defensive game, but they had a decent game. I think they were up by 7 at halftime there when they
were up 10 at one point in this football game.
Yeah, so they still have 41. They have a 41% chance right now.
I saw people tweeting during the game, "What's wrong with the Rams?" I'm like, guys, it's the second quarter. Let's play it out a bit before we do what's wrong with the Rams.
Well, they could still score points to the Lions, but their defense again. I mean,
not good.
Yeah.
And they have a generational pass rusher.
Yeah, so right now the 7 seed is 9-4-1. It's the Packers.
Yeah.
The Bears are up to the 2 seed at 10-4. Bears went from 1 to 7 back to 2.
Yeah, I put the scenarios up like what the Eagles are probably at. I'm like, they're probably going to be the 3 seed.
3, yeah, most likely.
But they got to hope to leapfrog the Bears. That loss to the Bears was a killer, by the way.
I think 3 is the floor, though. I mean, right?
Yeah.
Tampa Bay and Carolina are going to be 4. They might not even be 500.
It's basically like there's still a chance to get. I ruled out home field. It's year 2 or 3.
So who would that put them in the playoffs? If let's just say they were the 3 seed.
I think they play the 49ers right now, right?
They would play the 6 seed, right? Because the 2 would play the 7.
Yes, they would play the 6 seed.
I'll be the 49ers. That would be a pretty favorable first playoff matchup.
But I would like them to have 2 home games. So that's why you kind of want the 2.
Right. Because if they played the 3, or if they were the 3 and they beat the Niners.
You beat the Niners, which will be a laugher. You beat Chicago in Chicago. And then
and then all of a sudden you probably get the Rams in the NFC Championship game. So there's a path.
Yeah. Boy, that's the best case scenario for the Eagles to have their first 2 playoff games.
Oh, San Francisco, Chicago, I'm guaranteeing an NFC Championship.
All right, let's have the fun conversation right now with this team. If we're going to go from a fan standpoint here, if they go to the NFC Championship game and lose, or the Super Bowl and lose, is that considered a good season?
If they go where? If they go to the NFC Championship game and lose, win 2 playoff games, go to the NFC Championship game and lose, or go to a Super Bowl and lose. Is that considered a good? To me, it is.
Absolutely.
To me, it is.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Now, a lot of fans will not be happy, but objectively speaking, it is a good season. I mean, you were successful.
The divisional playoff round, I would be a little disappointed overall, but when you look at the totality of the season, it wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah, I mean, I think people got to realize that playoffs is really, I mean, it can go any way, man. I mean,
they can.
I mean, we were a play away from losing to the Rams, and we have a completely different, conversations for the last 12 months. So,
it would have been a good conversation to have. Yeah.
I'm still convinced the Eagles last year, as good as they were, I gave them a shot against Detroit, but I didn't think they beat Detroit in Detroit until Detroit was eliminated. I'm like, all right, game on. They can win the Super Bowl.
Yeah, man.
Things change.
It's always a silver lining. First of all, if you make the playoffs, it's a successful season. But I get the expectations are arisen because of what the Eagles have done. But yes, if you win a playoff game, that's successful. If you make the NFC Championship game, it's no doubt about it successful. Certainly, if you make the Super Bowl, it's successful. But we live in a Ricky Bobby world. I talk about it all the time.
Yeah, you ain't first or last.
Yeah. To too many people. And they're spoiled. And they hate when I say that. Those people, I'm not talking about everybody, those people can't recognize getting to the NFC Championship game as a successful season. There's plenty of those people.
You know why they
the
can't?
Ones who don't.
And those are the same people that hate Andy Reid. Oh, he couldn't win the big game. I understand that. They also went to more NFC Championship games in a 3-year span under Andy Reid than they did their entire life as a franchise. So,
guys, are you buying the Broncos? I think I'm starting to really buy Bo Nix.
I've been buying them for a while.
I've been buying them defensively and everything else, but I thought kind of Bo Nix was along for the ride. He's now like making plays. Some of the throws he had yesterday to Cortland Sutton were just dimes.
I just think the Broncos are good. Like
they're a good defensive team. Yeah,
they have a great, because of that defense. They have an excellent chance to go Super Bowl. Man,
that's a good ass record. That's no longer just like
that is a good record. But if Bo Nix showed up in the playoffs and threw 3 interceptions and loses the game, would any of you be shocked?
No.
Shocked. No.
I mean, they're still.
I'd be more shocked if he showed up and threw 3 tutties.
Yeah, and you know what? He can do that too. That's the irony of it.
I mean, he was on fire.
He could. Yesterday. I mean, he had a big game yesterday, 4 touchdowns, I think.
Their season changed that fourth quarter against the Eagles. It really did.
They played like shit here.
I know they did.
That was a bad loss. That was a bad loss.
Yeah, and then the Eagles proceed to lose 3 days later.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a bad stretch for the Eagles. And you're right, the Broncos got a lot of juice there, and they've been riding it. I mean, 12-2. They had all those comeback wins earlier. Now they just look – I mean, I thought they looked like the better team on the field over the Packers.
Oh, no, they did. And And look, for a half, I thought the Patriots looked like they were just in a different class than the Bills, and the Bills decided to be the Bills.
Well, that's Josh Allen putting on the Superman cape. Basically what they do. That's how they win.
Yeah, we were talking about this. I go on Kansas City Chiefs radio every Tuesday, and we were talking about this with the Bills this year. Because we all kind of resorted to the fact Chiefs are not going to make the playoffs even before Sunday. And we're like, okay, if you're the Buffalo Bills and if you get in, you have to get out of the AFC this year, right? Your kryptonite's not there.
You have to. I agree with you, Jeff. It's
not happening.
I mean, they're going to have
the field. I'll take the field over
that's what we were like. We'll take the field, but like, you got to think like, oh, the one team that can beat us is not here.
I know. You're right. And there could potentially be no Lamar, no Pat.
I don't believe it's funny. I don't believe anybody in the AFC. Literally, I don't believe in anybody.
Not one of them.
Not one of them. Not one of them.
Patriots, Broncos, Jags. Man, this is the NFL.
On the field
for this year. The NFL is off its
not one of them.
John, if you had to take a pick at who wins the AFC right now, who would you pick? Then?
I got
Jacksonville.
Really?
Trevor Lawrence is playing great. Nobody.
You know
knows
what?
him.
I'm kind of with John, but I'll go with the other team in that division, the Texans.
Texans defense.
Texans
because
are
of their
good too.
defense.
Man.
Interesting. It's interesting. Jeff won Houston because those are the two teams I'm most excited about: Jacksonville and Houston.
I am
Texans
too. I love that division,
crazy, man.
I love it. It's great. Like I loved how Houston turned their season around. They were 0-3. They're winning games.
Well, I love Houston's defense, and I love the way Trevor Lawrence is playing. Now, granted, yesterday was the Jets, so it's similar to the Raiders.
Yeah,
so,
but you still got to go out there and do it.
Where are you on CJ Stroud?
He's fine.
Good. He's fine. But he's not playing up to the level I thought he'd be at this
But
stage.
I'll give the Texans a lot of credit. They're starting to play their young guys, like their young receivers.
But their defense, their pass rush with Hunter and Anderson is difficult to deal with.
And then you got their
and
secondary.
then they have their secondary. They have the best secondary. So, I mean, they have a good team. They're built defensively to win.
They know what they're doing down there. And I think Jacksonville is starting to know what they're doing. I know it's only year one, but
that's shocking. Yeah,
but your boy, John, James Gladstone.
Yeah, well,
guy sounds like he's on.
Now, my
everything is coming up Eagles, folks, after week 15 here. And there's only a couple of these things left. What are we going into week 16 now, man? I can't believe it. The season
all the teams you thought, that for me, it's Baltimore. They're garbage. But they might make the playoffs still.
Because the AFC South's bad. Well, the Bengals are eliminated now, right?
Yeah, they're
officially
eliminated. Yeah. Joe Burrow's having a depression situation.
He doesn't want to play football anymore.
Cat, Joe Burrow.
He is weird.
There are a lot of
weird dudes,
but he's a weird.
You know what? I'll say it. I know the guys want a national champ. I don't think he's a winner. I really don't.
Joe Burrow?
National champ. Yes.
Oh, come on.
I don't like his attitude. I just don't like it.
What, you don't
like? I don't entirely disagree with you.
He's a weirdo. I'll give you that.
He's a weirdo. Like, look, for me, he lives a lot off of that 1 year and that 1 year being Mahomes. Oh, I'm going to smoke cigars after this. I'm going to okay, dude, that's great.
You asked all the 32 general managers, which
I would take Joe Burrow as my quarterback. I just don't like the way he plays, like his attitude.
I think it would shock people because most people would think it would be Mahomes. I think he would win pretty significantly. Now,
because of the fundamental way he plays the position, right?
Yeah. Now, some of those GMs are goofballs, so I mean that's baked in.
I will say this about Joe. I would love to see Joe Burrow play in another organization, a more stable organization than one.
Yeah, well, I think we all would.
Yeah, but those are the breaks, right?
I think more than Burrow, I wish Myles Garrett played on a team. I really do. I freaking love Myles Garrett. He's my favorite player in the league.
Myles could have. He decided to resign.
Not even close. You guys think he breaks a sack record this year?
Yes, he almost broke it yesterday.
It's 22.5, right, Jeff? The sack record?
22.5, yeah.
22. He's at 21.5. Is that what he's at?
No, he's at 22 now, I think, isn't he?
Oh,
I think he gave him a sack yesterday.
All these different sites. Different sites. Like, which one does the
some of the official NFL numbers? Sometimes they're different from like next gen. Well, not next gen, but
yeah, I'm seeing
True Media and Pro Football Focus. It's all day. It's a pain in the ass.
I'll tell you what he's got, Xander. I'm looking it up now.
I'm seeing 21.5, but let me go on
20, 21.5 is the number. Yep,
Okay.
that's the one the NFL is using.
So he's a sack away from tying it, and he's a
He's a
sack
sack.
and a half away from taking the from having the record.
And he's got 3 games. Oh, I do too. I love Myles Garrett.
I hope he gets every record he can because playing on the shitty Browns, has tainted his ability to win something. But maybe he'll get more personal accolades than most. I do love him.
He's going to be defensive player of the year on a freaking shit team.
I know.
Yeah.
Do you guys think he's better than Aaron Donald was?
Yes.
I do.
That's a tough one. That's a tough one for me.
But I'm going by position here. So, I mean, the guy he's the only player in NFL history to average over a sack a game, which is insane.
Man, that's crazy.
Boy, Aaron Donald was freaking.
But Aaron Donald's look, I had to rank when Aaron Donald retired, I had to rank the top 10 defensive players of all time, and Aaron Donald was like 5th or 6th for me, which is nuts. So that's how highly I think of Garrett.
I'm still going to go Aaron Donald.
Are you? I knew you were going to, John. Garrett's the best defensive player I've watched consistently in my life. I mean, Aaron's the other one, but I was still even a little younger.
In my life, it's been Reggie. Lawrence Taylor retired in 93. I was too young. I know how good he was. I still think Reggie at his peak was more dominant, but you can't go wrong. You're in, as John says, you're in the conversation here.
Yeah,
I mean, part of it is like, and Aaron retired too soon. He could be one of those guys, and Miles has got longer way to go, but Aaron's got 3 Defensive Player of the Year awards. He's got 8 first team all pros.
How many does Miles have?
He's got 1 Defensive Player of the Year.
He's got 1. Yeah, this will be his second.
He's about to go second.
And he's 4 first team, so it'll be 5 this year.
6-time Pro Bowler, 4-time first team All Pro. He's made the last. Since 2020, first team All Pro, second team All Pro, first team All Pro, first team All Pro.
Yeah, I agree with Theo. It is hard to compare them. They are different.
By the way, it's called, not that, because people are way too obsessed with sacks, but it's called the Deacon Jones Award if you have the most sacks. Aaron Donald won that once as an interior player.
As an interior defensive lineman.
Which is wild, no doubt about it. Well, John, I think I agree with you on sacks, but when you get them as consistently and as often as Miles, I feel like it changes.
Well, no, I mean, anybody who listens to the show knows I love Myles Garrett, but it's just, it's you're comparing one of the 5 greatest defensive players of all time. Is he at that level yet? No. But will he get there? Maybe. Aaron's already there.
So if we're looking at Myles Garrett's got 124 sacks in his career, I'm assuming he's going to be in the top 5 when it's all said and done, because Chris Dolman's 5th with 150.
Well, yeah, but then
they get to 150 next year.
Yeah,
well, 20 sacks next year.
That award is named after Deacon Jones. Some of those guys, when did stats become an official stat?
1982, but Pro Football Reference has them recorded since 1960, and they have Deacon Jones at 173.5. So by their records.
Yeah, so it's good they're doing that work.
I like it too,
season. Do you know his highest season?
Deacon Jones?
I know somebody's got over 22.5. I forget who it was.
So so Deacon's got 22, 21.5, 22. So he's got it's 3. Insane, right?
Yeah. Bubba Baker. Bubba Baker had 23 and 78.
Other sacks leaders, single season. Yeah. He had 23, 1978. That's nuts.
Because I knew somebody beat the actual record now before they started.
He did it his rookie year too, which is he was first team All Pro that year.
Yeah, well, damn right he was. 23.
I mean, think of it. Think of this here. Bubba Baker had 56.5 sacks after 3 years.
Yeah, he's a great player, Bubba.
He was honestly, I thought he had more than 131 sacks in his career, but that's what they list him as. I think he had a lot of injuries toward the end. Played a long time though.
Yeah, he's a good player.
How long was he on the Vikings for, John?
Bubba, he was the Lions. I don't know if he was.
Yeah, I know he was on the line, but I thought he played for the Vikings for a little bit.
He might have, been one of those I don't recall, but end of career situations. But the vast majority of his career was with the Lions.
One of the most fun debates I've been.
And that's a good call. He played with the Cardinals, the Browns. He 88 played with the Vikings.
Okay, so he wasn't. Yeah, so it wasn't long.
No,
that was one of the fun debates that I always felt and Browns and Steelers fans that were really healthy with it. Who's better, Miles or TJ Watt? And it was like a fun conversation. It's like, well, this guy does this well, and this guy does this well. By the way, we respect that player. Like they're both going to be first ballot Hall of Famers, et cetera, et cetera. And I'm like,
yeah. How about the Watt family? My God.
Yeah. TJ has more sacks than his brother now.
I know. That's fucking incredible.
I didn't think he'd be anywhere close to JJ when he was in college.
No doubt. All right, Jeff, I got to run. Let me get your final thoughts here. Eagles win a football game, and they're back, baby. They're going to the Super Bowl. Everybody's going
okay.
back. Jeff, what's your thoughts on the Eagles after they get back in the win column yesterday?
Just beat the bad Commanders on Saturday. Just beat that bad team. And
beat the bad Commander. Marcus Mariota.
You guys?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's starting this week.
Yeah, so you guys think that they're going to sweep the commies? They didn't sweep the Giants.
Well, see, that's a little unfair because we all know if they're going to play for anything in week.
Well, Tanner McKee's going to be playing week 18, so they're going to beat the shit out of it.
Yep, and we're going to hear calls for Jalen's benching again.
Yeah. Ooh, Tanner McKee, baby. Tanner McKee.
I mean, hey, if we want to be fair, Jalen did get benched yesterday, but for other reasons because they were winning.
Tanner McKee, baby, out there slinging the pill. Let's see if he plays this. John's got me a little bit questioning on that ankle that Jalen had.
No mas. He got hurt. What do you mean?
Yeah, he got hurt yesterday.
Does everybody forget?
No, I didn't forget.
He was struggling.
I'm telling you guys, I'm Tanner McKee's biggest fan, but it's stupid.
You're not Tanner McKee's, but I am. Some of the people in this
You're not in the locker room.
Yeah, but we got some Tannerites in here. Come on, Jeff.
Oh, guess what? The Tannerites are Nate Sudfeldites and Bobby Hoyingites and Coy Detmerites and AJ Feelyites and bad quarterbackites, Kevin Cobbites.
They're calling them the McKeisters too. That's Kevin the other word for them.
They can't even tell you where Tanner McKee went to college. They can't tell you what round he was drafted in.
Here's Jalen Hurts' exact quote when asked about the ankle injury. Just shook it off and came back and responded the next play.
Well, he rubbed dust on it.
The next play was after the end of the third quarter, the beginning of the fourth quarter. So he had that entire time he was trying to get it loose.
He was stretching it out during the game.
Yeah. 12-word answer.
We'll see. All right, Jeff, good show, man. Appreciate you joining in with the extended time here today. A lot of good conversation. We appreciate it as always, Jeff. We'll talk to you again next week. All right, brother?
All right, sounds good. Thanks, guys.
Thanks, Jeff. There's Jeff Kerr joining us right here on Birds 365. Good show from Jeff Kerr. We appreciate him joining in.